Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and I'm reading Super Sons, issue number 2. Guys, let me tell you something. You know that I love this comic, right? If you saw last issue, the first issue, my review, forget about it. This is one of my favorite comics that's out there right now. Now we find out a name. This is actually in the middle of the comic, a little bit after the middle of the comic. We find out that that kid's name is Reggie Miller. That kid who's apparently got some kind of superpower ability over his parents and his siblings. Well, it turns out that they had powers too. They were affected by the virus. Now, we're going to find out exactly how he figures this stuff out because he kills his family, except his little sister runs away. We see that stuff. But anyway, we go back to, where we left off last issue, where it turns out that Super Lex is there and he's seeing them on the building, the Super Sons, and he's like, dude, what are you guys doing here? And he doesn't know who they are. So it's not like, hey, Superman's son and young Batman. No, it's not like that. But he sees him as like, what are you guys doing here? What are you kids doing out? It's a school night. And that's just funny. That's just Lex. So he says, listen, you kids are coming with me. And he snaps the rope and he starts bringing them down. But Damian's smart and he kicks young Superboy, kicks John and sends him flying. He's like, oh, by the way, Lex, he can't fly. So Lex is like, oh, you son of a gun. So he flies down to go after him. And meanwhile, Damian goes up and he breaks in to LexCorp. And just, this is like, I'm not telling you how all this stuff is happening necessarily, but there were so many parts where I just started busting a gut. I just started laughing hysterically. Lex goes down and he captures finally John. John kicks Lex in the face and is able to get away, but he finds him again. He's like, okay, you want to explain to me what you're doing out here? Oh, we're just really big fans. Really? Then why is your partner personally setting bombs in my lab at this very moment? And it's just, wow, like he knows this stuff. So he goes up there and, Damien's like, I need to take advantage of my time as best I can. I've got maybe 20 seconds tops. So when Lex goes up there, he's like, what are you doing? You just planted a bomb? What are you, stupid? And he, it's an amateur bomb. And he turns off the bomb, he gets rid of it. It's like, now you want to tell me what you're doing here? You got 3 seconds to answer. And Damien says, yeah, well, you got 5 seconds. And Lex is like, really? Pray tell. For what? Damien says, to find the other 11 bombs. It's just, I died. I died. I almost fell out of my chair. The way that this was set up, just absolutely perfect. And just, oh my God. So they both get away. And John's saying, oh, you failed in your mission. He's like, you idiot. And he shows the little PDA that he's got. And he's like, oh, look at this. And he's downloaded all of Lex security cam footage so he can find out about this kid who he discovers is Reggie Miller. And, they got affected by the virus last year. And, we got a timestamp on this. That's good. And that the whole family is dead. And most people lost their powers, but 5% of them kept them. This family did, and whatever. So they go to the area in Providence where these kids were. I suppose that's Providence, Rhode Island. Of course, I don't see how they got there overnight on a bike. Anyway, regardless, so they go in there and they see the family dead, and John freaks out. He's like, listen, I'm calling my parents. I'm done. And they split up. John goes out and he finds the sister in the middle of the woods. Now, Damien stayed inside and somebody starts sneaking up on him. It's like, oh God, tell me it's not Reggie. Tell me it's not Reggie. And it turns out that it's Superman. And Batman found John out in the woods. Now, they don't reveal themselves. They're just kind of standing back there. Now, is it actually them? Possibly, but maybe it's not. I don't know. But God, it's just A plus. A plus. This comic just gets me laughing. It's such a good feeling to see these two, and they really are just like kids, just like little boys with powers, kind of, and they're always just trying to one up each other, and it's one of the best things out there right now. And I never want this comic to stop, and this should be a weekly comic, if not a daily comic. So I just want to read this forever. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, class dismissed.